This video is made to bring glory and honor to the Most High Yahweh and Yahshua Mashiach Jesus Christ's name. You know, through the Holy Spirit, through the Ruach HaKodesh. I wanted to share this. You know, I just had this thought. My homie was like, "Yo, I felt the last video you did, B. I'm getting skinny." I'm saying, yeah. But let's move forward. I wanted to do this video because I want to share with y'all stuff I don't even share with people, or stuff that I'm going to share with you, stuff people are scared to share. A lot of people, they talk about they want the truth, they want real. I want to show the false teachers, and I want to show that I'm truly of God, and these people are not. And they do it in such a shallow way where it's like, yo, what are you talking about, man? I can't take you serious. And so I was in a place where I'm like, you know what, I want to expose something about me, and I want to share stuff that these people don't even know. I'm a man of atonement. A man of atonement is always seeking to rectify whatever wrong he's ever done. And he's not ashamed to do this. Because he's not thinking about being found out by a neighbor or being found out. He fears God, and that's the only person he's thinking about. And he's saying, I'm a sinner. God, be patient with me, for I'm a sinner, and I'm doing the best that I can with the life I have to do right. You know, I want to expose something about me that y'all don't really know. When I talk to the Most High, I talk to him, and I say words like this, and may you say these words. May you or may you not. Either one, you know, it's fine with me. But here it goes. I would talk to the Most High on a foundation like this. I would talk to God, and I would say, God, you know, I'm going to say this. I have a thought. And this thought, you can see everything that's going on throughout the whole universe. Like it's happening right in front of you this moment. But this one thought I have, you wouldn't see it. And you could say to me, Raymond, what is this? I genuinely don't see it, and I need you to tell me what it is. I see all that takes place under the sun. I see all that takes place in your world. Nothing escapes my sight. Nothing. But this thought you have, I do not see it. Do you mind telling me what it is? And that's how humble the Most High is. That's how humble the Almighty is. It's like, would you tell me? All you have to do is think about when God said to Cain, where's your brother? Where's Abel? He already knew. It's like, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I need you to tell me here and now before I handle you how I handle you. Where's your brother and where's Abel? Cain retorted, I don't know. Am I supposed to keep track of him wherever he goes? And when he replied like this to the Most High got anger with a fury that I can't even imagine. And he said to Cain, what have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. And he came at him with great power when he said it. All you got to do is read the scripture. You can see he came at him with power. The point that I'm making is, back to the thought. Raymond, I need you to tell me, what's this thought? I talk to the Most High on this foundation. God, you see this thought? You see this right here? You don't see it. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's this. And because you didn't see it, I want you to have it. Because I want to hold back nothing from you. I lose track how often I say that to the Most High. If it's something that I could hide from you, I would say, hey, God, you who created me, you know, a house cannot hide from this building. This is something. And I want nothing to be hid between the two of us. So here it is. And you should hold on to it until you say, hey, I want to give this back to you, right? That's what I bring to the Most High. I'm transparent the way I'm transparent. And the people that really love me, like my mother figure, she knows I don't care what no one got to say about me. She's just in places like, Ray, just think about these people that don't understand. Think of these people you would call baby Christians. Think of these people that don't. Just think about them. And I know what she's saying. Genuinely, I know what she's saying. She's not saying it trying to debate me. Because she could hear the insight that I'm coming to her with, and she could be in places where it's like, Ray, what you're saying is the truth. But please, just think about it. Please. And I may take heed, or sometimes I may not. But the reason why I'm so transparent with y'all is because I'm not thinking, hey, about subscribers, views, likes, or what people got to say. I'm not. I'm not. I solely think about helping my neighbor because I fear God. All I ever wanted to be was the person where it's like, you know what, Ray, I build with you. And to be honest, you make me want to dig into the Most High more. And I listen to you intently, not making an idol of me. I recognize many people make idols of me, not me. And so I say all that to say this. I'm as transparent as I could. Because if someone wanted to come against me, all I say to that person is, you be transparent in ways that I'm transparent. As though the Most High is intently knowing if you want to tell the truth, if you want to lie, why you want to lie, the lie you choose. I just don't have enough time to persuade people that of all the lies I could lie about, would this be a lie I choose at a time such as this? Of all the lies to lie about, would this be the lie I would choose? That's all I'm saying. I just come across people who downright deluded, and it's like, I just be like, man, for real, I leave you to it, man. And so I say that to say this. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to expose something about me. I'm an adulterous man. I'm an adulterous man. What do you mean? Here it goes. It's two commandments I know I break on a consistent basis, and I wish I didn't. It's, you know what I'm saying, and thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet. I'll elaborate. The reason why I say I'm an adulterous man, I'm going to tell you something I did when I was 18. And this thing really bothers the mess out of me. When I was 18, I remember it was a chick that was 24. She came to my door where I live. And she was turned on by me. She wanted to get with me. And I just, to be honest with you, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I just was humping her mouth. I was humping her mouth. I didn't know she was married. I was just humping her mouth. Time passed. And I found out she was married. I was like, nah, what? After her husband. I was like, what? And that thing really tripped me out. And I was like, and I didn't say it at the time, but I was like, not another man's wife. And at the time, I just was like, nah, man. And when I started really growing into the Most High, when I started hearing this voice, you know, discerning it better, when I said, man, I hope this woman wasn't married. I remember when a voice said to me she was. And I felt bad, like, oh my gosh. And he was just like, that's not something the Most High holds against you. That's not something that, you know, basically you should hold on to. I didn't understand it at the time, but they knew, like, yo, he didn't know she was married. He didn't even know. That's why the Most High was patient with me, because you didn't even know. And that thing stuck with me throughout the years. And so when another man's wife would come at me trying to seduce me or flirt with me, nah, man, I'm cool. I'm cool. You have a husband? And when I, you know, and to this day, there's women I meet and they look dumb good. And if they married and they say, hey, I have a boyfriend or I'm married, I would say to that woman, thank you for being honest and thank you for honoring that husband. I would really say it. Thank you for honoring that husband. And a lot of times when I say this to a woman, I may even ask, what's your name? Just so I can pray to my God about you. That's all. Just so I can pray to my God about you. And they would tell me their name. And if I knew the meaning of their name, I'd make it known to them. Such an incident happened. But let's move forward. I'm going to come back to that. You know, years passed, and the reason why I say I'm an adulterous man is because my second girlfriend, she's beautiful. The moment I met her, every day of my life, I thought about her. Every day. When I say every day, I mean literally every day. We haven't talked since 2019. Every day since I met her. I met her in 2008. No, we haven't talked since 2010 for real. I met her in 2008. Ever since I met her in 2008, I thought about her every day of my life. Every day. Of course I know her. Of course we said, you know what I'm saying, sexually we did stuff. Come on. I'm that bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real with you. I try not to talk to certain women because when a bruh handle you in much masculinity and you know a man need to handle you like this, I'm telling you, sometimes y'all don't know what to do. Y'all just be in places where it's like, y'all wouldn't know what to do. And I know this is a lot of what I put off on a lot of women. To the point where they may not be okay, or they may just, I don't want to talk to you because it's too hard for them. Not even like I mistreated them. Do you know I never hit a chick? I never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never was on that type of time. You know, if a woman want to fight me, that's a different story. But never would I hit a chick out of my anger. Never. Unless it's my daughter who needs a correction. And, you know what I'm saying? I pray for boys. Let's move forward. The point that I'm making is, I would not. Not me. Not me. You know, why are you saying not me? Because this woman got married a year and a half later after we broke up. Jill Scott had a song and she was like, my love is deeper, tighter, sweeter, higher, flyer. Didn't you know this? Or did you notice? And it put me in a place where I was like, man, because I really did the best that I could by this woman. And this woman knew my character, my virtue. She knew my strength of character. She knew it. Like, she couldn't block it out. And she knew what she'd be spoiled like, man. And it really bothered me throughout the years. I wouldn't know what to say. I would not know what to say. It bothered me throughout the years so bad. Because, you know, sometimes when a relationship falls apart, it's like when you know you was on some BS, you be like, yo, just don't do the same BS next time. Learn from this. But when you do the best that you can as a man, it leaves an effect that doesn't necessarily go away because it's like, yo, I did the best that I could, been as humble as I could. Anything I could have done, I did the best that I could to do it. And when she got married, I was heartbroken for so long. Many ways I still am. And whenever she comes to my mind, I can't help but think about the things we used to do. Every day. Not for one day have I forgotten how good it feels when she kissed my earlobe. Not one day of my life. One day she was just tripping. She was just tripping. Like, yo, you tripping, man. And it made me mad because I'm like, yo, you just be tripping. And she knows it. She's like, man, I know. Sometimes I know, Ray. You know, she maintained the arrogance of virgins. She maintained the arrogance of virgins. Like, you know, the arrogance like, hey, am I not worth fighting for? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I not? Like, yo, what is you talking about? Or just, you know, that thing really tripped me out. Or, hey, you said you'd never hurt me and you lied. Like, no one never said that. But just the point that I'm making is this. It really affects me. And I would atone for what I've done. I gladly would. And do you know that's something I would atone to her face and to the face of her family? Because I know the rationale that I left, and I know the confusion and the enigmas that I left when we parted ways. I think of a father every day. You know, like, sometimes I would just look at her and I just tell her, because I really don't like her. I would tell her the words like Pac said, no one sees the struggle. They only see the trouble, not knowing it's hard to carry on when no one loves you. Picture me inside the misery of poverty. No man alive ever witnessed struggles I survived, praying hard for better days, trying to hold on. But move forward. When she got married, man, I was hurt. Because there were times, even after we stopped talking, a seducing spirit would look like her and mess with me in my dream. Knowing how much I cared about her. The Son of Man brought a closure on it. But though he brought a closure, the pain of it is still there. It's just he put out my mind, what if this, what if that. No, I found that closure. But it does not mean the effect caused necessarily left. And so back to why I'm bringing this up, all of this in the video, is because I lost count of how many times a seducing spirit would come looking like her messing with me. And so there was this one time, you know why you say you adulterous man? Because when the Son of Man said any man that looks at a woman in lust, or looks at another man in lust, has committed adultery. When she said that, when he said this, man, I would just look at that scripture and be like, man, I would be so heartbroken. Because the only thing I'm reading is, Raymond, this is what you do every day. And I can't help but say what's in Luke chapter 18, verse 10 through 14. You know, when the dishonored tax collector said, oh, Lord, be patient with me because I'm a sinner. And I tell you, that tax collector, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before the Most High. For the proud will be humbled, and humble will be exalted. I say that to God all the time. I love that woman, man. I love her, and I love her, and I love her. And it's just a pain left. It's like, you know what trips me out sometimes? And I'll be talking to the Most High about it. It's almost like, so what if she's not in my life? It's almost like I married her regardless. The only difference is my member's not going in her vagina. I ain't smashing it. But I do get the leftover residue of a complaining wife. And it's a fact. You know, when I think of bros that, that just, they chicks be on some side dick type time, and that jank kind of angry. Because to be honest with you, it's almost like I'm married to the chick and I'm not even married to her because of what was left behind, and what was left, the remains of what was left is still with me to this day. The only reverence I'll be telling the Most High I can do is not let my member into another woman. It will not let me into a married woman. I won't. Because to be honest with you, that's the only reverence I can show. Sometimes I be noticing when married women want to get with me so bad. And I ain't saying that to slander anyone. I just know what I'm talking about. And so, the spirit of adultery, man, a lot of y'all, man, y'all just want to get your hands on it like I do. So you just be faithful to the Most High the best you can, just so at that time, you can handle it accordingly. You know, there was this one experience I had. Whether in my body, out of my body, I don't know. Only God knows. There was a time when I was in spiritual places, and this spirit spirit looked like Mike's girlfriend, Kathy. And we were just talking. And there was another spirit complaining against me, saying, you see this? You see him in the act of adultery? You know what I'm saying? You see him in the act of adultery? And the holy servant on my behalf said this. He knew her before she was married. Now, it don't matter what he looked like. It don't matter what the evil spirit looked like. He said to me, he said plain, he knew her before she was married. Y'all have no idea. I will ponder that. The Most High had it so where it was done in this manner because I just pondered it. I pondered it. Like, yo. Because it's like I know what I struggle with. I know what I am. The only thing I make it up in my mind not to do, it's like my mother figure said to me, Ray, this thing, I get what you about. Like, it's this thing about you. It's like you make up your mind to do the right thing. You don't like being called good, but I know what it is. You make it up in your mind to do the right thing. Sure enough. I make it up in my mind to do only what's right. And I be feeling sad when I can't keep that quota. I be sad because I know what I struggle with. I tell y'all, I don't like when people call me good because it's like, it creeped me out. My mother be like, hey, Dr. I try to say she's good. And I remember when we were talking, she was like, well, if you're not good, what are you? Righteous. And so are you. And when I said that, she was just listening. What does righteous mean? Righteous means justified. It does not mean without sin. It means justified. That holy servant spoke up for me when I knew I needed someone to speak up for me, knowing the pain and the burdens that I live with every day. And he said, he knew her before she was married. In the scriptures, I need to find it. And you can look in the description box. But it goes something along the lines of, I could talk about the immoral woman. I can go on that for days. Don't play with me. But the reason why I'm saying that, when you pay yourself, like when you try to do right in all your ways, it's hard. But you be it because it's like this spirit said on my behalf, he knew her before she was married. God. God is in Jesus' name. Y'all don't know, man. But what happened with that woman I was, when I was older, and she was young, like I was younger and she was older, she just gave me head. If I knew she was married, I wouldn't have done it. But every day, I struggle with what I'm attracted to. And I've been intrigued into the Most High, saying I need freedom that could only come from you. When I say to your words, like I want to be free from the harlot, the wiles of a harlot, I really mean it. And I'm impatiently waiting on the Most High. Because one thing I found lately, as I go through what I've been going through, clarity. Yeah, I'm going through my pain and this and this and this. But one thing I did find was clarity. What comes after that clarity? Freedom. I've been saying this lately. Never, ever underestimate a man's desire, a man's determination to be free. I expose y'all things in my private moments that a lot of the people y'all care about or subscribe to will not. Never underestimate a man's desire to be free. Never.